Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. I have the chat a little bit farther away from me, so I can see it moving, but it's time to get my eyes checked out. I think I need a new script. I think that I could see things clearer possibly if I had a little bit of a stronger script. Let's see. It's gonna take a breath here. Hello, everyone. Meeting here today for a very special reason. I actually planned on doing this live on Friday, which was closer to the date of our dear friend passing, Mr. Robert Johnston, also known as RJ. So I just want to give a quick shout out to people in the chat here already with me. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you, White Swan, of course, Geraldine, Joanna, April, Dennis, Chris. Always a pleasure. Oh, Fifi Jules, nice to see you stop by. Yes. So really, I wanted an opportunity to do a stream to not only remember this friend in the truth community that passed away, but just to give opportunity for everyone who has lost someone in the past and wants to take a moment to remember them. I wanted to give us all space here, so feel free to share anything that you're thinking about or anything that you're remembering about a loved one that you want to share with people. You're more than welcome to put it in the chat. It's nice to see you, Greg. Nice to see you show up. So I actually wore my antique kimono that I got that's from Japan. I wore this today along with my little antique kimono little tie here. I wore this today because RJ was really big into the Japanese culture, and he was very much believed that he was a samurai in a past life. And so I thought that, for one, I would give him honor by wearing something that I thought that he would like. And, so here's the thing, and I wish that at least the Brooklyn Way, I wish she had been able to make it to this one because I know that she had some things to share too. But I really just wanted to take a moment to really remember our friend here, RJ. He was a man who was very special to me. I met him a few years ago through some friends, and as it turned out, I'd actually had a dream about him before I even met him, and I found this symbolism in this dream, which I'll go over with you guys in a second. Was how I came to know that he was someone who was going to be special to me in my life, and he really was. And not that he wasn't special; he's special to a lot of people in this community, quite honestly. But specifically to me, I'm going to share some of the things that I remember most about him. That some more detailed stories. But the other thing about him was that he was very much a fighter for truth. He very much was someone who was a man who was full of honesty and integrity and respect. And he was very much a gentleman. In fact, I was, as I was preparing for this stream, I was trying to connect with him. And I was just, going over some of the things. And I was saying, I feel like you'd be hard pressed to find a woman that didn't love him, because of what a gentleman he was. And like, he chimed in. He was like, except for my ex-wife, and I laughed at that because that's absolutely his humor. And he had great taste in memes. They were a little bit more, they definitely were more manly. I guess you could say more crude on the boy scale, so to speak. But I absolutely loved the memes that he used to post, and he used to love all mine, which was great. He told me once that he came from a family of fishermen. And I don't know why that just always stuck with me. He very much loved his granny, which was, I actually never talked to a man who loved their granny and talked about their granny as much as he talked about his and how much he missed her. And because, she was really big into her actual name online was Granny Anon. Okay. Cause he was really big. That's really how most of this community, I feel like, got pulled together was through that, the very special letter of the alphabet. I don't really want to say it. I don't want to trigger any AI, but if you know, you know. Okay, so we all really got together through that movement. And I remember one of the things that he was really, really proud of was the fact that General Flynn had retweeted one of his tweets. And he had a pretty big following on Twitter and quite a few Facebook pages that were really big until they got all shut down, because of censorship and stuff like that. He had a son named Nathan, who he very much worried about. In fact, I feel like that was the main person that he worried about in life and loved, and just really was always expressing that he just really hoped that he could be a better father to him, because he felt like, we all struggle when we have children and raising them, and he felt really bad about some of the things that his son had gone through growing up, and it weighed on him. He had struggles, and he wasn't afraid to hide those struggles. He shared them with people. And I really think that that was one of the things that made him so special, was that he was able to hold space for people in such a way that people who had deep levels of suffering could feel safe talking to him, because he had been through those deep levels of suffering. He had been there, So some of the funny things that we used to do together or talk about, you know how I am about characters. Okay, well, me and him, we used to watch movies together, and some of the characters that they gave me for him, I'll never forget it. I don't ever forget the characters that they tell me for people, but they told me specifically for him that his character was Hellboy, and my character was Liz with the blue flames at that point in time. Okay, and then they told me that he was a Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones, which is, if you know, and that I was the Khaleesi, because that's who I was dressed up in my most important dream, and when I told him this, I shared this with him, and he was like, it'd be an honor to be your Jorah, because, really, they did have a lot of similar characteristics. They're both very honorable. They were both very loyal. They were both into swords. He was very much into swords and collected them. And there were some beautiful pieces of work. That's for sure. Let's see. So yeah, he really fought to expose truth and to make a change in the world. Like, he wasn't one of those people who just sat back and talked the talk. He actually got up and physically took actions that I never even personally would take, because I just don't have the type of motivation. But he was that driven, that he wanted to be responsible for changing the world. He wanted to carve that piece out for himself, and I really think that he worked hard to do that. Let's see, he had a dog that he loved named Lucky, which I honestly, prayers out for Lucky, guys. Prayers out for Lucky, because he loved this dog so much. I never got more pictures of the two of them. Like, that was the thing I got the most pictures of, was him and the dog, and the dog smiling, and it was a very cute dog. So I'm sure he very much misses her. And and as I tapped into his energy before doing the stream, which it's a heavy subject, so it was kind of hard, because I felt a lot of heartbreak with it. I had to go through a lot. And in fact, I don't even know if I would have gotten through this stream on Friday without crying at some point, because of just going through the thoughts of, like, wow, I'm never going to see this person physically in this lifetime. I'm never going to see them physically. And I know he regrets that. I know, if anything, he regrets having left us all so soon, because he had plans. He had plans to come over here and to meet all of us at one of these conferences. And, the way the world has changed just prevented him from being able to do that, because of the whole passport thing. But, before I even met him, I actually had a dream about him. And in this dream, I was looking at a man, and I didn't know who it was at the time, but I was looking at a man, and he had a hat on, a baseball hat, and he had a yin yang in his hand. And he took this yin yang, and he pulled this yin yang apart into his hands like this, and he put them out. And as he did that, he levitated off the ground. And I thought to myself, like, like, wow, that's amazing, like this man is levitating. And then later on, like I think it was like 4 months later, I just started talking to him, and I was going through his photos on Facebook, and I actually found a picture of what he looked like in the dream. Exactly, he had the hat on, and he had his arm up like this, and on the inside of his arm he had a tattoo, and that tattoo was a yin yang in flames. And so I was very excited actually, and I wrote him, and I was like, I actually had a dream about you, and back in the summer. And I told him what the dream was, and he was like, wow, that's so crazy, because he's like, I don't talk about this to a lot of people, but I've actually had moments where I've levitated, like seriously, for real, levitated twice, he told me actually. And the first time was, I'm not sure if it was the first or the second time, but I just know that the thing that made him levitate was that his granny had come to visit him. And he said he was awake, and she was visiting him, and it filled him with so much joy that he levitated. Now, this was a confirmation for me, because I already know from my own meditations, my own experiences, that it's joy that causes people to levitate. So, when you hear that story, I don't know if many of you have heard of this, about the monk, the flying monk, or was he a priest? I'm not really sure. I just know that back in the day, there's stories about how this man would read. I think he's at sainthood status now. I think it might have been Francis Assisi. No, he was the animal person. Well, anyway, so this man would read the Bible, and he would get so inspired by it that he would literally fly. And they talked about this. They recorded this. Hi there, Trevor. I'm sorry, I'm just catching some of the people's on. Hi, Brian. Hi, Trevor. Nice to see you guys here. So for me, that was just very powerful synchronicity that I shared with him, was that he actually knew what the feeling felt like to levitate. And so I was very grateful for that, because he actually confirmed parts of my own story. And that's another reason why he was so special to me personally, is because he actually confirmed several parts of my own story without even trying. It was just complete synchronicity. There were missions that I was going on, and I was, at one point I was a little hesitant to believe, even in myself. I'm like, am I just making this stuff up? Like, we've all had that. I feel like if you haven't had that, then just wait, it's coming. Because when you start dealing with magical stuff, eventually at some point you're like, wow, like all this crazy stuff has happened to me. Like, am I just crazy? Am I just hearing these things in my own? But he actually confirmed these things. He would make these posts, and it would literally answer the things that I was saying in my head. I'd be like, wow, like that's so magical. That's how I knew he was special. That's how I knew he was a part of my soul family. Like, he really helped me find pieces of my own childhood wounds that I never would have even found and healed if it weren't for him helping me recognize the pattern. Let's just see if there's anything else I wrote down. Oh yes, that's right. That's right. He was one of the first people that I had as a, what's the word for it? As like someone you could practice with when it came to astral things, like trying to send messages or send feelings. And I remember one of the first things I was talking to him about, I was like, I bet I could touch you from all the way over here where I'm at. I bet I could. And so he was like, well, let's put it to the test, So I went into myself, and I started going like this. I started touching his head just to see if he would feel it. And sure enough, within like a minute, he was like, oh, my head is getting, I feel like someone's just like running their hairs, their hands over my head. And that's the thing, funny hairs, because he wanted to grow his hair back. That was one of the things that he was bald, but he really always wanted to have kept his hair. That was the one thing I remember him talking about and always making jokes about. So yeah, he was one of the first people that I was able to actually do experiments like that with. It was very, it was really confirming and special at the time. It still is. Still is. So yeah, I think I'm probably getting to the end of what I want to say. I don't really know how long this stream is going to be because I don't plan on going too much longer after this. But if any of you, again, if any of you have anything that you want to share, you're more than welcome to do that in the chat now. Or we can all just, honestly, I feel like we all should just take a moment of silence to just really wish RJ well. And I hope that his next great adventure is just as amazing, if not more so. I hope that everything goes well for him in the future. So I'm just going to take a quick 10-second silence with everyone here, and then we'll get on to some of the other more lighthearted stuff. Okay. So to wrap it up, I guess I just want to say, I just want to say directly to RJ and call him to us here now. And I just want to say, thank you. Thank you for all you did. Thank you for all the ways that you were there for people. There's so many people that I know that you touched their hearts. There's so many people that I know that felt safe to talk to you and felt like they had someone in their life that they could reach out to at any point in time. So I thank you for doing that. So you are loved. You'll always be loved. And you will be missed. That's all I have to say. So, love you guys. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and we're gonna change tracks now. We're just gonna go on to the next subject. Okay. So this actually, this coincided. His passing actually coincided with a medicine container that I just finished creating for myself. Now, I didn't just come up with this idea to create a medicine container on my own, which you might even be asking yourself, like, what is a medicine container? I know for the longest time, I have had the hardest time wrapping my mind around what is a container. And I was just thinking about this the other day. I was just like, as I was creating this, I was like, what does that even mean to be a container of some sort, to have a container? And I feel like I'm understanding it now, slowly but surely, because I can feel the energy of what it is that I've created here. Now, I got this inspiration or this direction from the Earth Star Academy, which I go through with the Earth Star Healer. And it's like one of the first units that she assigns you this 2-week medicine container that you're supposed to create. And now let me tell you guys something. I have been trying to create this container. I've had the directions for it, and I have been trying to create this container since October. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with me. I've had some struggles. I've had some struggles these past couple months, and I just could not do it. And for some reason, the day of RJ passing, I had it all planned out. I had it all ready to go. And I was doing my morning practice, which includes some Qigong. And as I was doing this Qigong, I was actually thinking about RJ. And I was thinking about the fact that that I talked to him about this Qigong video once before. I talked to him about this one where it's called Fly and Let the Arrow Fly or something like that, where you got to pull back and go like this. So it's just kind of interesting that it kind of lined up. I feel like, I feel like he's assisting me. I feel like he's helping me to a certain extent. When I woke up that day preparing for the medicine container, I actually was woken up at 7 a.m. by a crow. A crow was literally just cawing and cawing at the top of my tree. And it woke me up, and I just thought, wow, the container's been opened. The space has been opened. It's ready. And so what I'm doing with this container, it's a self-love container. And so I'm creating this non-negotiable morning practice for myself every single day, which I had fallen out of. When I moved into this house, all of my practices that were my discipline and like grounding practices, I lost them. I lost them all. And so now this is me reclaiming those and coming back into that forward movement to continue the healing that we all have to be doing on a regular basis, and to getting myself back in alignment with my mission fully. You know, I really feel like it's time. I really feel ready to keep going forward with my own healing and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I was just really excited that I finally got this done and I finally accomplished this. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have this be incorporated, honestly, in some of the discipline that I do things structured wise, you know, because I do one. I try to do my best to do one of these lives once a week. So the other thing I wanted to mention real quick, okay, and if you haven't already, could you please like and subscribe to my channel? I just wanted to get that out of the way, because it does help. It does make a difference. It reminds people. So the other thing that I wanted to mention was, oh boy, am I gonna forget it? Come on back. Come on back. Oh, don't let me forget it. Oh, I had it just a moment ago. It's okay. It's going to come back. But until then, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready for the fortune cookie and the tarot cards, the tarot card spread. Okay. And, oh, I remember it now. Okay. So I did get to do an interview, last week. It aired last, did it air? Yeah, it aired last week. It was on, Rise the Flying Chariots, or Flying Chariots the Rise. That's the channel, Flying Chariots the Rise. And this interview that I did with them, it went really, really good. I felt really, really good about it. So if you haven't checked that out, please, do go check that out. It was really fun chatting with the two people who run the channel. And it's funny because I thought it was going to be a live, but as it turns out, they didn't know that you can do lives with under 1,000 subscribers on your computer. So it was actually recorded, and here I had told everyone yeah, I'll be on this channel at 1 p.m. On Monday or Tuesday, and it wasn't live. So people were writing me and they were like, oh, I missed it, but I'll watch it now. And it's okay, you didn't actually miss it. It wasn't live. So hopefully I'll get to come back and talk to them again sometime. They did say they would like to talk to me again, and I definitely would be down to that. They made it really easy. They made it really easy to talk to. I already expressed to you guys, I was kind of nervous about going on there, but they were really easy to talk to. So I was very happy about it. I was very happy how it turned out. I also am going to be doing another interview here coming up in April on a channel called, boy, this is my problem, remembering names of things. Typical Skeptic. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. So with a man named Robert, we're going to be doing an interview in April. So keep your ears posted for any more information on that going in the future. So we're going to go ahead and pull the fortune cookie now. Okay. Which, it's funny. I was debating on whether or not I was going to bring any of this up. But, I think I'm going to. So let's go ahead and pick a fortune cookie for all the collective today. I feel like it's supposed to be, I feel like it's going to be this one. I actually had a fellow YouTube member in the community that happened to speak about tarot cards and fortune cookies. They didn't name me directly, but they did mention that they mentioned people being tarot readers and fortune cookies, and how you don't, she doesn't need tarot. She doesn't need tarot cards and fortune cookies to tell the future. And and honestly, you know what? That is the truth. Quite honestly, when she said that, I was like, well, yeah, that is the truth. She said, she doesn't need those to tell the future, but she can use tarot cards. And you know, she's quite good tarot reader, but you know, she doesn't use those. She doesn't need those. I'm like, well, props to you. You know, like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, how does that mean that what us doing this out here is bad? And let me tell you, this person is a disclosure community, disclosure celebrity. Sorry, disclosure celebrity. That is what I would call this person, a disclosure celebrity. And I just thought it was really funny that that someone could even think to hate on tarot cards and fortune cookies. It just makes me feel like, can we just lighten up? You know, because I had mentioned this person in a previous stream, and I had some real questions for their video and about their information, and they did not address a single one of them. They did not address a single one of them, but they did manage to talk down about tarot readers and fortune cookie people. So kind of funny. They have like 121K subscribers, but let's worry about tarot cards and fortune cookies. I just thought to myself, you know, well, not everyone has the same role here on planet Earth. Not everyone has the same role. And maybe for her, like the work that she's doing about bringing information that she's bringing into the planet, like it has to do with something completely different than what I'm focused on. You know, for me, my mission is, how I feel about it, is that I'm trying to help people get in touch and know themselves better, so that way they can find out how to break old patterns, negative patterns, and live a happier life. Like, I want to have my example help other people see themselves in the reflection, and so that they can feel more satisfied and more fulfilled. Because that's really the thing. It's things that are personally, that are going to inspire you the most, are the things that you personally, emotionally relate to. You know, so that's really the thing that I want to focus on with people, is what things in your life are important. You know, yeah, all this galactic stuff, all this, you know, alien stuff, that's all great. It's all great stuff. But what's most important to me is the humans here on Earth, and how can I assist them in their life mission to help make their dreams come true and help them find the healing that they all need, that we all need, in order to raise the vibration of the planet and save it. You know, so that's my mission here. That's really all I'm going to ever talk about when it comes to this person's video and their comments that they made about me, maybe. You know, I don't want to say for sure, because they didn't say my name, but I mean tarot cards and fortune cookies, so that's fine. Anyway, I'm not going to mention it again because it's just not worth my time. My time is the things that I want to spend my time and effort and energy on is making connections and talking to the people that make me feel good and inspire me to do better. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Okay, so let's open the fortune cookie for the collective, because it's fun, not because we need it to tell the future, but because it's fun and it's nice to get hints about the future. Oh, speaking of, before I open this one, actually, I did open a fortune cookie for this particular woman. I did. I opened a fortune cookie for her after, you know, hearing this video. And I want to just share with you guys what we got. The fortune cookie message we got for her was, only tears can bring a dreamer back down to earth. So, boop, boop. Can you see it? Oh, it's going to be backwards, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was kind of telling. I thought that was kind of a deep message there. Only tears can bring a dreamer back down to earth. It makes me wonder, does this person cry about people who don't agree with their message? It makes me wonder if it hits them harder than what we realize. Because, I mean, I know I'm certainly not going to shed tears over it. I know I'm not. Just because it's what people think of me is not as important to me as what I feel like about myself and what the people who I love and care about, what they think of me. That's what means the most to me. So, good luck. All right, let's do the fortune cookie for the collective now. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Our collective fortune cookie is: nothing in the world is accomplished without passion. That's very true. Very much true. Okay, let's do the next thing. So actually, I wanted to, I don't even know if I'm going to dare try it. Do I use my regular tarot cards or do I use my new tarot cards? My Adventure Time tarot cards, guys. We got Adventure Time tarot cards. And this after my last video with Adventure Time. So I'm just going to go ahead and look in the chat. What do you guys say? Adventure Time? Let's do Adventure Time tarot cards. The only hard thing about oh wait, hold on. You have that exact fortune on your fridge from 6 years for 6 years now? No way. Wow, that's crazy cool. That's a good message to have then. You know what I like to do? I like to take these little fortunes and I have a water jug. Okay, and you know how words can change water, okay, right? So I like to tape the fortune cookies on my water. The good ones. I have one on there right now that says, "The star of riches is shining upon you." Okay. So the only thing hard about this tarot deck is that the cards are so thick that it's so hard to shuffle them. But I'm going to for you guys because I had a couple people say the new ones, so we're doing the new ones. I'm excited about it. We're using Adventure Time Tarot for the collective pull today, guys. All right, so it's going to take me a moment because I have to cut it like in 2 separate decks in order to even get them to shuffle. So, all right, send some good energy my way, guys. Put that energy for the collective into the cards. We're going to be reading for the collective through Adventure Time Tarot. And I absolutely love this deck. Let me tell you, the second I saw it and I saw all of the characters that they had for each and every one of the cards, and it made sense to me. It made complete sense to me why they picked these certain characters for these particular cards. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh man, I love this deck. I love it. Okay. So we're going to keep going. Just one more shuffle. And then we're going to pull. Okay. There we go. All right, here we go, guys. Get ready for the collective card pull. Okay. What is it that we need to hear? Message this collective need to hear. Here we go. Boop. Okay, the first card we got is the 4 of Cups. Okay, so the 4 of Cups. All right. So the 4 of Cups, this guy, I'll just go into this little story of this guy right here. So this guy in the 4 of Cups, the character here, he actually has a magical gift where when he touches things, they come to life. So that's why you see him there with his oven mitts on, and the cup has come to life because he touched it. And he's pretty happy, but you know, his personality is very much apprehensive, a little bit weary. It does go in line with the energies of, it's someone who wonders about things. It's someone who is daydreaming about the possibilities of what could be, the love that they want, the daydreams that they can't stop thinking about, wondering if the grass is greener on the other side is very much the energy of the 4 of Cups. So I would say the main energies that they're telling us about then are about what it is that we're daydreaming about, that we love, that we wish we had, or, you know, that, I don't know why I want to say that's no longer there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about RJ. I'm thinking about that cup could be symbolized as that out there. But that love is there. That's the thing. The cup is still in the picture. So really the only thing the person really needs to do is to reach out and grab that, is reach out and they have it. Okay, let's keep going though. Okay, so tell us more about the energy for the collective this week then. What else do they want to tell us? All right, we got the 10 of coins. Okay, this is an ending. This is about money, stability, grounding. It could be about inheritance. It's about a generational transition. Those are some of the key words that always stay with me for this card. Okay, so this is like everyone's happy. Everyone's taken care of. The money's all accounted for. There's enough to go around. This is a gather. It could be a gathering even too, like, because that's the thing. The two people in there in the actual picture, that's Princess Bubblegum and Aunt Lolly, which Princess Bubblegum actually has family. She created the family. Let's see if there's anyone else in there. We got Magic Man coming up, looks like. But yeah, this is about, it could even be about inheritance or monies that are coming towards you, to you through your family. Okay, property even, I feel like that castle shining through in the background there. Okay, so let's say, I feel like, wow. Okay, well, if Geraldine is still here, I don't know. I just got a feeling about you for this particular spread. All right, so let's keep going though. What else do we need to hear? What else do we need to be made aware of for this week's tarot card spread? What is it? What is it that we need to know? Boop. The Chariot. We got the Chariot. Okay. So the Chariot is very much the energy of needing to make a decision on how you're going to move forward in your life. Give me a second. So the person in this particular deck is, her name is Susan, and she's a protector. She is someone who, her purpose was to make sure that Finn got taken back to his mother, just to be completely random and tell you guys some of the side stories of this. But yeah, she was the one that was protector. She was the one that chose how to get there. She was the one that was the rescuer, the deliverer, and always knew where to go. So here's the thing. It's the Chariot card is about needing to get control of which way it is that you're going to go. Okay, because the Chariot can go forward, and you are going to go forward. Like, it's time to be moving forward. But the thing about the Chariot is that you have to remain is, who is the one that's going to be in charge of the direction? Okay, like, as you can see here, Finn and Jake are the ones that are going to be pulling the Chariot. But which one? Which one's? Where is it that you even want to go? You know, like, you have to hone in on that. You have to focus in on what it is that where you want to end up being, your goal, because you have the means to do it. You have the means to go forward with something. It's just a matter of getting your mind really focused on what it is you want. And I feel like that it's really emphasizing that again here too in the Four of Cups, like focusing on what it is that you're creating. That's why I said something to Geraldine, if she's still there. There you are. Yes, this really made me this really makes me think about you when I see this, because of the home situation. And keeping that in your mind, keeping that in your head of what it is that you're trying to manifest to go forward. I do see that it looks strongly to me like it's going to happen though. Like, there's some kind of shift, there's some kind of change. Okay. So I feel like this could be someone like giving you the keys to your new place, right? Real estate agent. That's why the castle kind of stood out in the background to me too. So however that works out for you guys in your life, I hope that helps, that reading helps. Okay. And I absolutely hope that this means wishing good luck. In fact, everyone, let's take a moment and wish Geraldine some good luck, because she's been having a struggle here when it comes to finding a really good, safe place to be. And I just really want her to get her place, to move forward, to find out where she needs to go, because, you know, the chariot, your car, you know, you even had issues with that. So just really want some good energy going your way. I'm just sending you some good energy, Geraldine. Okay. So that is the weekly reading with the Adventure Time Tarot. Okay. I do. Can we do one more reading though with my regular deck too? Like, would that be all right? Would everyone be okay if I did one more reading? Yeah. All right, sweet. All right, I'm gonna do it. I got one person said yes. We're doing it. Because I really felt like, Geraldine, I just really felt like that one was speaking to you directly, because you've been on my mind a lot. Like, as soon as I saw your name, I thought, okay, yeah, I got your email today, and I checked it today, I should say, and I plan on writing you back later. So, fret not. All right, let's get out the regular cards now, though, too, because I'm still practicing those ones. I'm going to, in fact, one of my friends had mentioned to me that she's like, you should teach a class on the Adventure Time Tarot. And let me tell you, if I can do the work to do that, I absolutely would, because you guys know I love Adventure Time. It's literally the show I watch to fall asleep every night. Okay. So. Oh God, and you know, I guess while we're throwing prayer requests out there, I'm just gonna tell you guys, I'm a little bit worried about my Facebook account. I'm a little bit worried. As you know, I've been on a 30-day ban, and even though the restrictions were taken off for the memes that someone reported, it still has not let me post. It still says I had so many days and hours until, you know, the thing would be up. But now it's not even doing that. Now it's not even saying that. And I don't even have any restrictions listed on my account. So come tomorrow, when my ban is supposed to fall off, who knows, I might be making a new Facebook account. I might have to be building it back up again. So definitely see me posting back online, guys, in your mind. Visualize that. All right. So let's do one more reading here. Okay. This is for whoever needs to hear it. This is one more collective reading. Okay. Let me know. Oh, yep, it's telling me to stop shuffling now. It's ready. Okay. Let me know what we need to be made aware of. Collective reading. Okay. Here we go. Okay, sorry. Had to get that out. Okay. Reading for the collective. Okay, the first card we got is the Queen of Wands or Rods. It's Rods in my deck. Okay, so the Queen of Rods. This is the energy of someone who is very fiery and passionate. It could be a fire sign, or at least have strong fire placements. They are someone who is... This is someone who needs to have the permission to do what it is that they want to do. Okay, this is someone who might be a little bit even hesitant of it, even though that's literally what the Wand's energy is. It's not thinking, it's doing, it's acting, it's, you know, the things that drive us forward with passion. Okay, and the thing about the Queen of Rods is that they always have something that they're a little bit ashamed of, or they're a little bit, they keep it hidden. Like some part of them they think is embarrassing or something, and they keep it hidden. But actually, when you let that part of yourself be seen, it creates a new level of intimacy that people can see you in this more real way. So don't be hesitant to expose that that something that you think that isn't all that positive or isn't that pretty looking or whatever it is, you know, like don't be afraid of that, because it's those unique things about you that are what make you you and make you lovable, make you stand out, and make that impression. Okay, so let's keep going though. Okay, what else is it that we need to know? Use more for the collective. Boop. Okay, so we got the Knight of Cups. So this is the energy of an emotional man. Maybe not, he's not the most mature yet because he's not the King of Cups, which, you know, even the King of Cups has his own problems. Okay, but the Knight of Cups is someone who they have deep emotions. They might not necessarily be able to get in touch with those, but they definitely have them, and they know how to bring an emotional intensity with them to situations. They could be very psychically sensitive through their feelings and their intuition. And I don't know why I just get this feeling that like they need to be encouraged when it comes to that. Okay. So, and right now in this particular card, you know, the way I have it laid down is that he's facing the Queen of Rods. So if there was someone that's like not been paying much attention, like I feel like that now that this Knight of Cups, he's paying attention to what this Queen of Rods is doing. Okay, so one more card. What is it that we need to know about these two characters here, guys? Tell us what it is that we need to know in this reading. I'm sorry. We got the Three of Swords. Okay. Now don't get too upset yet. Okay, because the way I like to look at the Three of Swords here, you know, especially in regards to how it's looking, the way I have it spread out, is it looks like this man, he's looking back towards this woman, the Queen of Rods, and he's looking at this Three of Swords, which is these swords in the heart. Okay. Now the thing about the Three of Swords is I always feel like it's something that's already happened. Okay. It's not like those swords have just been placed there. They've been there. Okay. And this is an opportunity to say the words that need to be said in order for that heart to be healed. Okay. Like in order for this Three of Swords to be turned around, you need to go back and you need to feel into those things that people said or communicated with you, okay, that maybe stung, maybe pierced you, and you need to just go and pull it out, because that's the thing. The heart can never heal with those swords in it, and those swords are thoughts and words and communications and things of that nature. Could be from your own self, could be from something in your past, but the only way to heal that is to look at them, to address them, okay, and to pull them out, so that way you can heal. And hopefully next week I would like some just good cards, please. I'm just going to say that. Not that. I mean, I guess we want to know the truth more than we want to just know the good things, right? But still, like I feel like last time I got the Ten of Swords, the last one, which it ended up being. Let me tell you guys, they tried to tell me, I did a reading for the stream last Friday, okay, and they basically tried to tell me that it wasn't going to happen. And I totally ignored my cards, and because they ended even with a Ten of Swords, like nope, it's not going to happen. It was like the Empress, the Knight of Rods, and the Ten of Swords. And as I was looking and I get this feeling, I was like, is something going to happen that's going to put a stop to this stream, you know? And sure enough, Mother Nature did. The Empress, Mother Nature absolutely did. I had a winter storm, and it took out power for like so many people. Like it was, and here's the funny thing. This is how the tarot cards can help you learn about these things. So I was asking All right, well, when's my power going to come back on, right? And the cards that I got for when my power is going to come back on was I got the Sun, the Ace of Cups, which in my deck looks like a shining sun coming up over the cup, and then I got the World. And so for me, this was like the night that it went out, and I was telling myself, no, I was like, please don't tell me that what I'm reading here is that after sunrise and half a day, the power is going to come back on. Sure enough, that is when it came back on. That was when it came back on. I was like, wow. So the cards can be helpful. The cards can guide you and direct you and tell you things that if you're curious to know about. Sometimes it can be really freaking scary accurate. It's absolutely wild. So, well, let me see what someone says. Hello, Greg. I'm just reading what you said. Just don't share with an arc. Oh, I'm missing out. I'm missing out on this good conversations here going on. I hope that those readings helped you guys. I definitely know how they're playing into my life already. The second one more so than the first one. But yeah, exactly. They're great tools, and I'm really happy to be using them. I really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. If there's any questions, and I will do I probably will do another many tarot readings stream next week, but I also plan on having my entire creation spread done. So I'm going to be really happy to show that to you guys when it's fully done. I'm excited about it, actually. The 14th is a very special day for me, and I'll be going over that on the 14th next week. Yeah, I'm excited. It's basically, I look at it as like my high heart's birthday / my sacred marriage to God. So I'm excited to go over that information again. It's my favorite part about my life experience so far. Okay. Oh, thank you, Trevor. Much appreciated. Part of the reason that I wanted to make this stream and dedicate it to RJ was so that way, I not only so that I could share with you guys how special he was, but also because, he does still have a child out there. And I just thought, it kind of like a gift to them too. Like people who I would want to know what people thought about my parent. I would watch it. I just wanted to kind of have a little bit of a record for Nathan to find if he ever so wanted to. Okay. That felt good. Nice sigh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Thank you, Greg. I much appreciate that compliment very much. Mm-hmm. Why are we talking about pie? Oh, okay, Pie Day, 3/14. My high heart's birthday is on Pie Day. That totally goes right with who I am. I love pies. I love cakes and pies and desserts. Creme brulee is my favorite, though. Mm-hmm. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to be back here next week. And I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead of you. Mm-hmm. And on that note, guys, I think I'm about to, I don't want to leave. I don't want to, but I will. It was really nice having y'all here. Mm-hmm. Very much. Thank you for sharing this space with me so that I could remember my good friend RJ. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. You're the best. Come back for more tarot cards and fortune cookies. Lots of fortune cookies. I'm going to open so many fortune cookies. Who dogs on fortune cookies? Come on now. Who dogs on fortune cookies? Okay. I'm leaving for real. All right. Bye, guys.